Your Excellency, my name is Jimmy Emmanuel. I work with Voice of Kigezi Kabare. I want to thank Your Excellency for inviting us and hosting us here for an interaction. Your Excellency, my question goes that in the interest of the major purpose of achieving PDM goals, the region has been re-attacked by the problem of sectarianism based on religion, and this one has been geared by a few selfish people, and in the line of PDM, we believe it directly and indirectly affects the PDM, and we believe something needs to be done, Your Excellency. In this case, we ask, how do you...
How does the PDM, is it being used?
People are divided in that line, and the division...
Does it affect the distribution?
It does not, but it affects the cohesion and
of the area
and togetherness of the people in the fight against poverty. And we believe you and the government needs to strategically find a solution to end this. Otherwise, it's a disaster in the region if it goes further. I thank you, Your Excellency.
My question, Your Excellency, is in reference to the information we have received indicating that government is planning to increase PDM funds allocated for each parish from 100 million to 200 million each financial year. So I would like to know how soon or when is government planning to begin this? Then I also don't know what has inspired this decision. Are you planning to increase the amount each individual is getting? Because currently they are getting 1 million shillings each individual. Or are you planning to increase the number of individuals receiving each financial year? And then, Your Excellency, there is another group that has already received this 1 million shillings, but they are saying if government could add me maybe 1 million or something higher than what they received, but they are currently working. Thank you, Your Excellency.
While we appreciate the 4-acre model under the parish development model, some people in Kigezi region that own less land, which is less than an acre, feel that they have been left out. What are the possible alternatives for such groups? Thank you, Sir Excellency.
My question goes, how do you rate the performance of PDM in the Kigezi sub-region where you've been for 3 days as compared to the other sub-regions you have so far visited? Thank you, Your Excellency.
Amanya gange, bamta veteran aliwaswa since 83. Ya umuna nentala okujininga ebyamawulire since 2002. Ensonga yange ekwata ku kigambo kya corruption ogikutekana bwala naye ensonga ya PDM era ndaba nti gwe president yasoose mu Africa okulaba nti tuyagala mwavu naye waliwo ensonga ziipi. Ensonga esookera ddala eri abantu abantu badde bavunanyizibwa okulwanyisa obwavu mu byalo ne beesanga ate be beerwanyisa ng'abantu badde bali supposed okufuna ssente ezo ate be bazeegabidde headmaster and others ne ba district officials. Ensonga ey'okubiri, Mr. President, magezi ki gogenda okusala okulaba nti ensonga ya PDM abantu abagifuna beebo bennyini abasaanidde ogifuna okusinga okukwata ettaka n'olyongera ku kiswa, kuba abantu abafuna PDM amazima agakaawa, Mr. President, okimanyi bulungi guno sigwe mulungi okusoose nga njuga kigambo kya corruption, nga nkusaba nti abantu abandi badde bali supposed okufuna PDM, Mr. President, amazima agakaawa si be bazifuna. Yensonga yange gyeŋŋamba nti President kyandiyamba okulaba nti emivuyo egyali mu NADS egyali mu byonna mu PDM emivuyo egyo tegiddamu kulabika. Webale nnyo afande.
Okay. But after those people can be arrested and charged. But also, you can be removed from leadership, even if you are elected. It is because we have been using soft methods of Kabra. What the Pagana call Okuburira. But even if you are already elected, if there is proof, if there can be proof that you are elected on a sectarian basis, first of all, you can go to jail, but you can also be removed from leadership. But let's get the law. So those people who are doing that, you should denounce them. You yourselves should not tolerate them. But there will be a solution for it. It will have to be crushed completely, either peacefully by talking or by harsher methods. Because it is Ba'anabibe Shuba. This is what the Bible calls false prophets. Because sectarianism, what are you telling me? I was born here in Tungamo. This area is very rich, as you can see, in terms of natural resources, water, the good land, but it was very underdeveloped. By 1960, when we shifted from here. In fact, the first bathhouse in these two parishes, this parish here of Chikoli, this whole parish up to Katinda. You know where Katinda is? Katinda. Like 4 miles. When we were still miles, Ntungamo was 40 miles from Kampala. Now, this parish of Chikoni used to go from just before the town was in that parish, up to mile 44, Katinda. And then there is another parish across the swamp there. So these two parishes, I know them very well, home by home. Beyond that, I may know generally, but not minutely, because there I used to walk on my own foot through the bush, through the path. In 1954, this land belongs to Mama Janet. Her father, his grave is here. He was a bit educated for that time. So right. He was the first person to 1954 to build a bat house here, Sumoroka bat house here. With reeds. It was not even a permanent building, but just with mabati. The area was just underdeveloped, rich but underdeveloped. But already you could see the signs of the NRM ideology showing themselves. How did I go to school? We would take our cows to the market. My own land is across there. I'm not just a squatter with Mama Janet, I also have my own land across my ancestral land. My daughter is there now. So how did I go to school? How did a few of us go to school? We had cows. It's not that we didn't have wealth. We had wealth, but it was not money wealth. We had land, we had banana plantations, we had cows, but underdeveloped. So, even by that time when the economy was still underdeveloped, there were already some signs of economic activities. A man called Walusimbi Mpanga from Kampala, he would come and buy our cows in the market here and take them to Kampala market, because that Kampala market needed the beef. Kampala population was gathering, so they needed the beef. So they were buying cows from Ankole here, from Teso, from even Acholi. So that's how I would get money to pay school fees from Walusimbi Mpanga. He was not a Mnyankole. I don't know what religion he was, but he's the one who helped me to go to school. Then there was another man called Kenya from Barara. That one was a Muslim. We know him. He was a Muslim. His son is in one of the commissions now. That also was buying now cows for the Barara market. That Barara town was already there now. So again, he would buy our cows. A Muslim, a Muganda, supporting my education indirectly, and me supporting Omugombo Ninji. I'm talking to people who don't know Nyankole. How can I manage? Omugombo is when the Badomos is what would be protein deficiency. If you lack protein so badly, you feel a craving for you feel a craving for omugombo, especially for milk. You feel you need. So when the economy was still young, Mr. Kaguta and our people here, we are serving the omugombo of the people of Mbarara, of the people of Kampala, by supplying them beef. But in exchange, they were getting money, which they were using. That's how you get a president here. What you should tell all those wonderful people who are wasting your time, you should tell them that politics is about okuchenura. Can you get that Runyankole Chiga word? You're among us, because you don't know any language very well. You don't know English well, you don't know Runyankole. I don't know how to talk to you. So the politics is about okuchenura. In this case, tukatu ine micheno. Emicheno yesente zo kushashara school fees, umwankabuta kuhereza umushoro gwa government, ukugurira abakyala b'imyenda. Those were our needs. Emicheno yitu. And who were kutuchenura? Not Wanyankole, not people of our religion, but other people. So those false prophets, abakubagambira sectarianism, nibachenuraki. Gozo omucheno gw'omukiga n'obuwolo. Kwari abahingire enkoko, alisize enkoko nk'abantu bajya bishanye balise enkoko. Okyarikwenda n'omutwe muguraho amahuri ki.
odyo murimbarra ninga noteekateeka kwijo murimbarra aba links youths bene oburaro bw'amaani munonga kandi bene n'ebitanda birungi tibakakoma buraro bene n'ebbaala nungi bozirimu ekyokunywa kya buli muringo bene na hotero halimu emmere y'ekiraguju nangwa n'ekijungu kandi orenda emmere y'okutwara owaabo ba links youths nakyo barakikora eky'omujungu arikweta ngu ni takeaway bene na sauna na steam ogesero na massage basa kubura bayikirira kugira ngo bakube obuhereza obwe parking yabo n'ey'amaani munonga kandi n'impango ebyokwerinda byabo biri guruguru munonga kandi aba links youths barashanga mu rurembo rwambarra omuri Katete waruga parking ya bodaboda eya St Mary's ori kwenda kubukinga orabasa kurabera namba ze smeji 079 kaga na mwenda kandi orabasa kugamba na director wa links youths ori kurabera namba ze smeji 0 kaga nemwe 5595 ogesero ne ya 0 kaga nemwe 5595 twena katurukangira links youths kugira ngo tutunge obuhereza burungi.
Those people have got a false message, but which is also criminal and short-sighted. That was the politics of independence. DP was for the Catholics, UPC for the Protestants, Kawakayeka for the Baganda Protestants. And that's how Uganda got into a crisis. Because first of all, nobody could win majority. Because if you take that line, there is no religion which is a majority religion in Uganda. So you will not win. You will not win. You may win locally, but nationally you will not win. If you go by religion. If you go by tribes, that's even worse. Because there's no tribe in Uganda which is even 20% of the population of Uganda. So it's a criminal activity, irresponsible, and all those involved should stop. And put my voice on the radio, the way I'm speaking now, so that the people hear my message. But we're reaching Baganda. I will never name for me, never nyanda, tubakuranzia ibakuza, bija kusisira, kuba kandi nubahendera jiro nubasa no kuzumba home. Twabatungaki. Want to increase to 200 million shillings per parish. And that's what we shall do, but we are, of course, we are now going into the election year. We have got so many expenditures. We may not do it in this coming financial year, but this 100 million was endozo. Endozo mujimanya endozo. Rumo mongas endozo mujimanya. Okroza ninji. Yes. Sampling. Okroza is make people taste to see how it works. But it seems to be working well. So we shall definitely, together with other priorities, if necessary, increase. Although this is already quite a bit of money, because 100 million going into a parish per year, in 5 years it is 500 million. Then remember that as I was saying in Rwamkuchu, in the third year we shall start collecting from the ones who got first. They will pay back. So at the end of 5 years, 300 people are paid back, plus the 500 from the government, the new from the government. So that will be 800 million in a parish. If you can do it with two bisanja, two terms, a parish will be having a bank of 1.6 billion. Now at that stage, once all the homesteaders have, because what we want now is all the homesteaders to join the money market with the Chibaro. Once they have joined, then the next question is for them to intensify the environment. The 100 million, I had calculated it on 1 acre of coffee. I was saying that at least a home should have 1 acre of coffee. And at that time, the price of the coffee seedlings were, I don't remember the exact, but to get 450 seedlings to plant in 1 acre in the lowlands, in the Robusta. Arabica has got a bigger number, but Robusta is 450. That time they were saying 450 seedlings per acre. And the price of Endokwa of seedling that time would take 180,000. 180,000 was enough to give you 450 seedlings to plant in 1 acre of coffee. So that would leave the borrower with 820,000. And then he would use that money to dig holes, to do this, It was just, we used that rough estimate. But as you can see, they don't necessarily do coffee, they do other things. They buy poultry, they buy piggery. There's a boy called Ayesiga in Ichihi. For him, he hired an improved restaurant and called it PDM restaurant. Akana Kolom, he was working in something you fellows call what? Makoko. I had never heard of that. Wakana Koro, he was working in Makoko with a soil flour. Abantu bakaba beganya kuzana kuyibi. The 1 million, he hired a better place for 150,000 per month. And he paid 2 months. Ezili sente yagure nkoko emwe n'omusitabu mu w'ekitoki manyiki n'ebihimba byatekera abantu bahurira baje mu PDM restaurant. So you can see whichever way they want, they can maneuver. So eventually he got money, now he has bought pigs. And the restaurant is. So although we have used the yardstick of coffee, 1 acre per acre, 1 acre of coffee for a borrower, they can do other things. In Eastern Uganda, I found people with sekoko, these turkeys. A woman called Nabutono there, in Bugweri. So we are flexible, we are watching. Let this succeed, then we shall see how to move to go beyond the 200 million.
Tuze shanje nicho waheruka kugambo kache obushomba nkuzi obuliyo parish development model aukushanga ngu beneficiary nasheme kutunga 1 million konka ahendera tunjire maybe emtwaro kinana ninga emtwaro nshanju. So echinkwe nangu otangaze ono kugira ngu abantu kuba kuja kumanya nibabiyaho kuna ndiyo kutunga miliyoni bampe mtwaro kinana kandi eze sente ni nyine kuja kugakangazishashura. So tokuja kushanga
abantu bakomao
okija kashanga abantu batamwa okashanga program baje naga
hata abo bagize tenoke urumo teno kutunga miliyoni bagize ngo bakana kwatsa mu bank charges ngo banki etemereho sente abo kuba niyerekere sente ezo abo kwekorera sente zibahenze bahendeka kuba turimo kubatashura batema sente zo munako ati mbagizire nti gavumenti niyo yarashashura banki cyagize zo kureta sente iwe no kutunga 1 million orukutemaho sente ezo naza cyangwa n'ekiriyo ninga mukagenda
Eliu.
very good.
Thank you.
Mazina ganjye nabanyeta kweronda Ambrose ninkora na Revival Radio neshangu mu district ya Kabale konkani nkomoka kuno muri Ntunga. Echo ninjira gukora story ezamahuru amahuru ragabanta kwa bakoze Ntunga munindo garwa shamiri.
Okay.
Yes. Ninjira gukora amahuru aga ebitongwe rebe mu abantu bagambaza New Vision na Daily Monitor nabandi. Mwe nabantu bino kwebuza ijo babintu baterese umworo kunu yite turya radio babuza ngo president Yesu oriyo no tambura ombyanga bitari mwe na mwe no rebe bya parish development model unkonka abantu aboro kureba nabantu ababire bazira ko babonaho deno bakongesereza mwene benda ngo ijo garako gire yoruta ya yorundi obugane wowe wenyine uri watungire 1 million orebe we akihamuki
abamautu abakuchurunyi babale bakaba ya zero tuwakuchitunga je anonga mwana wakaramonyi unabagambe akateni ikintu cyona abamwe bakabateni
okay
no wakanu wakateni iki
ekintu president ekyamuherba bene bakushaba akakachika kuwa akozera ka State House Anti-Corruption Unit ngo gahereza obushoborozi obo kugira ngo bagume bakwati babateko mushoma bariko kuragira police kabenge yabo bakwati bo benyine mu bahereza obushoborozi bwo kwata abo benyine bakuba bibere sente zo mu mushoro babateke nyuma y'imtehinga
kare
Ninyatwa Smart Robert Mugabe kandi nkora na radio bona umururu kunjiri ensonga yandetaha abantu barakunjira ibine okutashemererwa nko kunderebere no kigamba mu district ya Rkunjiro kujoti abebembezi baza kwera abantu babase kurebeka okuba basa gumana batunga mizi nabagabika abo kugira nti gabayambe omukora enterprises za parish development model koko mwaka gwe 2018 district ya Rkunjiro bakaronchingamo project mpango yo kweza abantu amizi district ya Rkunjiro erukumanywa Kahenje water project yatibwe mu sente ezukurenga 1 billion 19 konka project ejo bakija bagikora bija bagigura konka tepereza mizi tine cyayongireho okuruga aga national water agwe batwiremba korese mwe nabantu bine okutashemererwa kwango
bagatahira nkahe
gasheme kwanga tamburo pipe
gagate gahiro mugera yingahe
na Kahenje
aharutinda ayitwamba
arutinda henyine wano utemba katemba ko nono gare bayibayombikira reserve tank
buryo ninga mushwanoza
ne wano zari kongerebe buryo
ororo
so bakajombeka aho yabare sente zona konkatine cyabase
kongera abana bae
kabere project ya
Ministry
of Water as a contractor cabinet contractor mukekere Ministry of Water so amiza gonago kuratera ukango kwa bino gambo tabembeza mushomesa abantu kusharura mizi bakagabika kandi baba yabembeza baku implementing echo kandi okashanga gabo gugarebere enjante kintu echo ya excellence nto kitari kirungi
twaza kuchujo atwa wa kurumurumo gwawe ubwo kurega okurega n'umukumanya okurega n'umukumanya okurega abana mwamugire kurisa deba nanga ya kondore toki byabandi ya kondore meneki ugeno mu murega kaliro we are now just reading for economy but in future we can even learn for other social issues like we can create separate funds, like for education, like for health, for marriage, for what? Social fund. This one now is just strict for Okurgomboro. Wealth creation mainly. Now, although we talk of 4 acres, many of the people I'm talking about don't have 4 acres. The Ayasuga did not have even an inch. Ayasuga, the one I'm telling you about of Chihi, he had nothing. He was acreless, landless. So he got the money, hired somebody else's restaurant, and eventually bought a pig, and eventually I think he's now bought land now, or something like that. So that even if you don't have land, if you have got little land or no land, you can start. I can't compare because when I go, I see because it should be having a big impact. Because you go to a district like Rwanda, and you hear them saying, we have got 14 billion shillings here in this Kalicho district of Rwanda. You know Rwanda? Rwanda is just a Kalicho district between some hills. From Karengere to Bubare. I think that's where it ends. Bubare. Now those people have got 14 billion. Now, if each one was getting 1 million, that is 14,000 people. 14,000 homesteads have got. So although me, when I go, I just see one person. I can't really. You are the ones who can assess. Can you encourage you? Just to do. You are informers. What? How are you informers? You don't know. You check. Check for me. I know you are poor because you are working for poor radios. But we shall see how to immunize you against poverty, so that you can do research. Because they are the one now. That's what the Nani should be doing. Press should be saying, now I've given you facts. Rwanda got 14 billion. So on my table here, there should be 14,000 families already benefited. Because when the head of the family gets, the family gets. So the rumor should go down and say, where are the PDM people in this parish? And you check and you write a story. I have confirmed, I have seen so many. Of course, the RDC, the what can check, but you never know. So I can't compare because I don't have the whole picture. I just see a few cases. But from the table, a lot of impact should have been. I think here there is some difference because under NADS and Operation Wealth Creation, the government people were the ones of Gabra. They would be the ones to give seedlings, to give breeding materials. So we changed it under PDM. We said no. all wealth creators in the parish join the circle. A parish circle. So hata tokuja kujiroti ogwatazamu aboka n'umugaiga. No, it will be wrong. Because nyonyo umugaiga lya umuruka gwetu wachikoni batwet neish numumbinga mutu njamu yiruka ukori umugaiga nyala nyinira kwa membo wa circle. Of course, common sense would be that akasenta keija tubanzo munaku eki veteran arukugamba veteran kyagamba nti obuntu obulamu bwandibadde nti akasenta akasoose okujja tusosowaze abanaku. That's what he's saying now. But because the circle is for all of us, we may not really fight a war over that. Omugaiga Museveni kwala atarushwara mwenye miliyoni imwe n'enjireta ndi memba wa circle ya Chikoni Circle nazayo mbambo miliyoni ya PDM. Nolebe ekibungo kyona nekyanjuku n'okwenyuma emitejo yona mukureba nayanje amasho gende muri miliyoni mbere ngerenye koko ndabe nisho ninki najakira yaba nigitaye muri miliyoni ngitaye umujakira abo ebinyine ndibikira hale. So I think for this time we may not have to fight. The only control we have kati akasumuzo ketulina kali nti buli afuna omulundi gumu taddamu kufuna bwemba sirida nsonyi zonna neneweereza akakadde nange n'ensimba onyiri mbanako okusooka okugenda mu ggulu kiyinza kukalwa eyo maaso y'ebintu bayinza okunzigalira bamalayika naye wano nfuna omulundi gumu sigenda kuddamu kwegabira. So that's why we should wait and see. But I know my parish of Kaumu in Ruwero, they told me that it had 1,200 homesteads. So, if we give, according to our policy, if we give 500 homes in one Sanja, plus 300 from the ones who are paid. So in a year we can give 800. Not in a year, in Sanja. 500, 800 we will get. And since there is the principle of not getting the second round before everybody gets, I think this is the way we can handle it. But otherwise, I don't want to bring the other one of, this is supposed to be used, they are only common sense. But if they, because now we cannot say omugaga tayingira musako y'omuruka. Ekyo nakyo kigenda kuleeta ekizibu ekyakyo. So nga abagaga be bantusobodde okuyamba abalala bwe babeera abagaga abatali ab'omululu, they will be the ones supervising. Kubanga gwe tolina ekikulumannyo oli bulungi, you can actually be a good mulamuzi. Tusooke ono kubanga gwe tolina bugumu lya bwavu. So I think let's watch. The ones we are dealing with are the ones who okutema ku bantu sente abo bagenda mukomera okuweereza those are the ones that we are concentrating on, but I don't think that we can, if we try to do it, it may cause another damage. But how are you handling that?
Omwebezi w'ihanga ndi Joash Muhanji ndumwene kauchika ingomukaru wampara kunkani nkorra rukunji na radio rukunji irakayentunguka nabani nkushabangu oncheze nkusiya ebiteekateeko by'abanyamakuru ebibanda byamu nko wija bebembiye nko muhanda ogwapasa kutwera kugira kukwatanzaniwe abogumizamu n'entunguka mu ihanga lyaitu na nako naho acho kugira ngo wija haruguma bwana cyane na mukaga kukolesa ekigambo kya fundamental change ekyo kumanyisa ngo ebintu byona byaza kuhinduka bwanyuma y'ihanga erikwebemerwa abebembezi munana omu myaka 24 kongo kwihobo nerya kazoba nk'abanyamakuru twareba fundamental change eri kujo mirongo itari imwe n'imwe mwitwenda kusimba sebo ahaweco eshonga ya kabiri omwemezi w'ihanga wachikonaho kurungi otabanyamakuru obundi bakabene bakora cyango kongo bundi bagumirwa mwemezi w'ihanga nyenda kushobora ngoko omuntu ori mu kicweka 39 harigana obu wayanjure nteekateeka ekiri mu district ya Kibuku kandi nkandiho abantu abo nibatubona abanyamakuru mwene tubahurira munonga ekiri kumanyisa ngo twayinjira kukwatanzaniwe noyongera kumanya noha ogwo omuntu oshimire kubanga atunga esente za PDM mwene ahabweshonga ekyo omwebezi w'ihanga twantukushaba nkomuziye weitu ekyo kubanza twinaho hub yaitu ya association nkaba abanyamakuru aba Kigezi head office rekabare kandi patron weitu ni minister wetu Nyamurungi wa ICT national guidance onero polisi wali umunsi na chumanya mwene twantukushaba kuchaka bancho wasika niwo wa member obane itwe kandi utubanjira akwantu twenda tukomete tubuganeho twegesane ukoro kutwa kubasa guma ntandike ibintu bikine kandi si abantu amakuru agatebekine na mwenu umurimo ngo mutano nyena ngo tumusime akuba yatuye na computers kandi tuna kumusima kwa tenisi na ministers bajize na members na area members of parliament abandi ngahona meja Jim Moise Katugugu amuna na hona bahati nabandi abatwa tenisi nabo agumurumoko eshonga ya kabiri omwemezi w'ihanga kuwatire enuru nikashururu ya social economic transformation nito twaje mutwashitama ndanabone twakusima akwa ezinto zemyoga nito abanyamakuru hino kutuliyo ntahamu mwendo nakusima tata bwecho kitero mu abanyamakuru konka twino hosako akuba itwe abanyamakuru aba Kigezi sub-region ntikamagana 5 kandi patron witu nabwe akiri minister aba national guidance abantu mukunda munonga mwana twabara tutakakoresha bi mbwenu awatho muganda mukamanje ndongera kusima ngaburijo ekindi mwemezi w'ihanga hariho abagenda ari pichipichi aha barukunde bakwinire porque kisoro akuba twino kuba kwasa kwisha kuwa twakwenda kugambira okutwisha izo nito tukishimanya konga twisha turyaha kwa abwo kukunda no kwenda kuganira niwe akuba amubine ekishani kibi aha abanyamakuru mutandike bugwire byonga arabo kuteeka batyo konga twitwi mwene kushaka wanjo wasika omwebezi w'ihanga twabona kutwakubasa kumantu genda ukatwanga vani ito twine shonga tronumanya kumwe gwetwine guidance ya wana minister kugira ngo hariho ubundi wanu utwenda yaba na rwachitora yaba no state house yaba naha chitwanguhere kuzomuga basket twirukanga ogaraka kutureba enilo shonga kandi tera mu nyukuru munonga amwemezi w'ihanga omunyamakuru ngoko nakushobora ito nito tushika abantu munonga kuwa kugezaho kutintegrating kutujwanzya umbanyamakuru bawe aba presidential press unit timo ko basa kushora konga okashanga ngo ntubasa kuhereza first hand information akwantu turana babantu aba ntwatu ina hanfu ntwatu ino mu boxi umbyaro ntubaturi nabo eshaha yona obundi chikakwangira obasa kumanya ebyo mwihanga geitu jaha utubeturu kunjuru kambere kigambo kirungi otomushaho yaza kukuragurira nabanza yakucebera akiheza kucebera amanye cyo rwire niki rero abona kukuragurira konka wataka manyo rwire obujo washimuhanga rwire obundo kumuragurira norutaro mwana nyushaba cyakwenjo basika buru region otemo committee ya media erije kwera kumane yokuhereza information eshe tanaje ngo abantu bakutere tumwe twadariza abana nabagenzi bitu konka onongero konka ubunja ko kachiku kabe kari independent otwikirize otuhereza ubwo utwakwasa kusia information akuba abantu aba nsitura nabo nturara nabo nzana nabo ubundi nturetegereza okucira ubundi abana bahigura
abatura ati shamashtam ati ni kuraba nyamba journalists I give them more support. How much do I put in the I normally put 100 million in the circle of the zone. Mwenye natama 100 million. Kani njoko bagurira van. Derere zwa abakoni manya muri abawuri ko mukuruga bagira ko bagira mutara rumana mukanye kwatse. Mbeje kuba miliyoni mu Tia PDM ejene ya nyejo. Kale kandi zakora ibindi mwe bari